You know without a doubt that the success of your child is dependent upon the level of confidence that your child has. So today we are talking about building confidence in your child. Hello, I'm Jonah Mungoshi, the Success Coach on the Teen Parents online course. And yes, today we're talking confidence. So what is confidence? It's the feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's abilities or qualities. So I've highlighted the words in red there because they're important. Self-assurance, appreciation, abilities, or qualities. So let's look at the factors that I've gathered for you. The first factor that is important for your child to be confident is positive reinforcement. The extent to which you notice, name, and acknowledge those qualities, those abilities in your child. The more you pay attention to them, the more your child is conscious of them, and the more the child is self-confident. Reinforcement is important. A lot of parents I deal with do not give enough positive feedback to their children. When the children do something well, usually they don't say it or mention anything, but when they do something bad, they point it out. So that leads us to number 2, what I call the affirmation ratio. This is the ratio of positive or affirmative or appreciative comments to critical statements. So if you find that you are giving your child more critical feedback than affirmative or appreciative feedback, that does not engender confidence in the child. You need to switch that around. So for every statement of criticism, have maybe 3 or 4 statements of appreciation. This requires significant effort on your part as a parent because it doesn't come to most parents naturally. We are more naturally inclined to find fault, to be judgmental, to criticize, than to be affirmative and to be appreciative. Number 3, goal clarity. Your child is likely to be more confident when they have goals they have set, when they are working towards some end result. So sit down with your child, get them to think about what they want to achieve in life. It's not you telling or instructing. You can guide them. We say be a guide on the side and help them to clarify their priorities. But when your child has no clear goal, even to say, come exam time, I'm planning, I'm aiming, my desire, my intention is to get so many A's, so many B's, etc. The motivation will be very low. And as a result, even the level of confidence. So help your child to be clear on their goal. Number 4, boundaries. Set boundaries that are well defined in terms of the things you accept, the things you don't accept. What are the limits? What are the ground rules in the home? It's easier for a child to be confident to do what is right when they know the limits, rather than when the limits are vague, or worse still, when the limits keep changing and you as a parent, you're not even consistent in what you will punish and what you will reward. So having boundaries works wonders in terms of engendering confidence in your child. Number 5, the 4 A's. Appreciation, affection, attention, and acceptance. We've already spoken about appreciation. Affection, you must show your child you love them by your words, by your actions, by your body language. It is of utmost importance that most of the time you are communicating love towards your child. Attention, you need to pay attention. What is going on in your child's life? Do they look like they're unhappy? Is there something concerning them? Do they look like their mind is preoccupied with something? And then check with the child. Ask. Acceptance is to realize that your child is human. They've got certain strengths, certain weaknesses. They have certain talents, certain non-talents. So you shouldn't try and change your child into someone else. A lot of parents try and compare children and say, you should be like so-and-so. But guess what? The things that Benny is weak in, maybe Jane is strong in, and vice versa. So accept the child, that I accept you as you are, but I want to work with you rather than but. And I want to work with you so that we bring out the best in you, not to try and make you somebody else. I accept you the way you are. So that's appreciation, affection, attention, and acceptance, the 4 A's. Number 6, parents' conduct, your own behavior as a conduct. To what extent are you exemplary? To what extent do you exude confidence? Because that has got a significant influence on your child's development as far as their confidence is concerned. So start looking at yourself. Do you project confidence in your conduct? Your behavior, does it show that you have confidence? Because whatever you're doing, you're modeling behavior for your child. And as they say, monkey see, monkey do. Kids learn more from what you do than from what you say. Number 7, fear of failure. The more your child is afraid of failure, the more likely that the confidence level will be low. Why is that? Because they'll be afraid to try out things because they fear failure. But failure is a part of life. And you should help your child to cope with failure, to interpret failure correctly as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity to start again differently, rather than to be afraid of failure. So one of the ways in which you can help your child to do this is to praise them for the effort that they make and not necessarily for the result. So if they put a lot of effort, at the end of the day, maybe they don't achieve the result they intended, but they've grown in the process, they've developed their perseverance, their tenacity, their grit, then praise them for it. That way they're less likely to be afraid of failure. And lastly, number 7, nurturing. Create a nurturing environment in the home, because that plays a significant role, a critically important role in developing confidence in your child. Is the home environment emotionally positive? Are you psychologically supportive? Do you have a functional relationship? Even, let's say, as a couple, in case you're married, or even if you're not a couple and you're a single parent, do you have functional relationships with the people around you? That has got a lot of bearing on how your child turns out. So those are the 8 areas that I had for you, and I hope from there you will decide on what specific actions you want to take in terms of applying this. And should you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Those are my contact details that are displayed on your screen. And remember, confidence is the feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities.